ジェイドからの反壊滅同盟の誘いを断った後、請求列車は姫子の故郷であり、かつて列車が墜落し再び旅立った地二層楽園へ向かった。この愉悦に祝福された世界には幻月遊戯というゲームがある。8人の参加者は愉悦のアイオンの権能を手に入れるため仮面をかぶり、奇跡を思う存分起こしてを震わせなければならない。カンパニーは長年にわたりこの世界と関係を築いていて、アイオンに謁見できる幻月遊戯を支配し利益を得ようとしている。そして請求列車もこの遊戯に参加することになった。一方、反壊滅同盟のことで二層楽園を訪れた泉州の施設高校将軍は、占いによって二層楽園に迫る巨大な危機を予見した。彼女の推測では、幻月遊戯に参加する性格ハンターのジンがその災いの源になるという。終末の局面を打開するため、高校は本来性格ハンターが手に入れるはずだった愉悦の仮面を奪いサンデーの顔にかぶせた。こうしてサンデーが遊戯に参加することになった。その頃、俺たちはかつて姫子が所持していた愉悦の仮面を探すため、姫子の一族が管理する学校に向かった。でもそこで花火の分身火花の襲撃を受け、仮面を奪われてしまう。幻覚を見破った後、俺は学内の資料室で謎めいた少女比叡と出会った。彼女に助けられて窮地を脱するとともに、彼女が描いた仮面を手に入れ、俺は幻月遊戯の聖越者になった。情報収集のため俺たちは愚者の拠点パブワールドエンドへ行き、その後学校でついに聖越者の火花を倒した。請求列車の英雄がウイルスをまき散らした悪者を倒す。それが幻月遊戯の最初の奇跡だった。けどその戦いが終わった後、新たな謎が浮かび上がる。15年前の幻月遊戯で棺間と呼ばれる存在が殺戮を繰り広げたことを知った俺たちの前に、姫子の父を名乗る見知らぬ男が現れた。
帰宅部の人たちってなんで放課後なのに家に帰ってないの？
美月さん、私の目を見て。そう、そのまま。次は私のトーンを真似て、私が言ったことを繰り返して。
わかった。
空は青いけれど火花のように輝いているわけじゃない。
けれど火花のように輝いているわけじゃない。
騒がしい火花は夜を照らすことはできても、星々の長い沈黙に勝つことはできない。
ちょっと長くない？騒がしい火花は夜を照らすことはできても、星々の長い沈黙に勝つことはできない？
上手よ。
上手よ。
インターネットは心のへその緒であり、総排泄口でもある。それを通ってきた愉悦に対する人間の渇望からいびつな火花が生まれた。
なんかそれを繰り返すのは恥ずかしいっていうか、この子に言ってもらうんじゃダメ？
今のは人類及びオムニックの基本的感情の検出についてにあるルールに従って 私が作ったテスト文よ。文章の内容に意味はないわ。君が火花という時の表情と声のトーンの変化を細かく観察することで、ミームウイルスに感染している可能性があるかどうかを判断していたの。
それじゃあうちはクリア？
ええ、感染の心配はなさそう。それに反応もとても面白かった。もしこの後ライブ配信依存症の後遺症とおぼしき症状が出たら、超常現象管理局の職員に連絡してちょうだい。専用の治療プログラムを用意するわ。
口場さん、なんか手慣れてる感じがするけど、前にも似たようなことがあったの？
期間中に何が起こるか予想もつかないのが現月遊戯よ。以前ある聖越者が真実と嘘の定義を逆転させたせいで大きな内乱に発展しかけてしまって、それ以降ミームの治療は超常現象管理局の緊急安全対策に取り入れられることになったの。今回の火花大会では人的被害こそ出なかったけど、もし君の仲間が火花のウイルス拡散を止めていなかったら、彼女は参加級のサインになっていたかもしれないわ。何の対策もないまま拡散が進めば数十の都市を破壊する。影響範囲はこれくらいね。ええ、超常現象管理局の呼び方よ。本来眼力を受けた上で力の制御を失った現像種を指すんだけど、時間とともに危害をもたらす存在全般を指すようになったの。
何？自分もサイだって言いたいの？確かに今の仮面姿は怪しいし変な感じだけど。
サイのレベル分けをコズミックフォースのレベルのようなものと思っているのかしら。超常現象管理局が下した評価をカードゲームと一緒にしないでちょうだい。はい、これで確認の手続きは終了よ。もしサイの危険レベルに興味があるのならこの資料を見てみるといいわ。現月遊戯の期間中にそこに記載されているような破壊行動をとったらサイ討伐の対象になる。くれぐれも忘れないでね。あともう一点知らせておきたいことがあるの。君たちのガイドを務めたリンドンスコートを覚えているかしら。彼は殺されたわ。
え？そうだよ、うちらの知ってるあいつはすっごくタフなライバルなんだよ。
残念だけど間違いないわ。遺体の身分証明と遺伝子情報が一致している。今彼とライバルだったと言ったわね。
もしかしてうちらを疑ってるの？スコートは友達とは言えないけど、だからって手なんて絶対出さないよ。
そう警戒しないでお嬢さん。まだ何も聞いていないでしょ。宇宙に名を轟かせる列車の英雄がカンパニーの一社員に手を出すはずないわ。因縁があったとしてもね。何より君たちにはアリバイがあるもの。この殺人事件はおそらく現月遊戯に関係している。君たちに今の内容を教えたのはよく気をつけるようにという忠告よ。現月遊戯は決して暇つぶしに楽しむゲームじゃない。とにかく 君の願いが叶うことを祈っているわ。それじゃ。
スコートがちょっと信じられないよ。でも口場さんがそう言うんだからきっと本当なんだよね。幻月遊戯ちょっと怖いかも。あんたはどう思う？わかるよ。スコートって時々ひょいって現れて厄介事を引き起こすけど、敵っていうより友達って感じがしててかっこつきだけど。
もし犯人が幻月遊戯を狙ってるなら俺たちの敵になるかもな。
幻月遊戯、だってせっかく姫子がうちらに任せてくれたのに、うち幻月遊戯に参加するスタートラインにすら立ててないんだもん。まあいっか。うちはあんたと違ってもともとヒーロー気質じゃないしゲームにもついていけないから、幻月遊戯に向いてるのはあんたの方かも。でも残念。せっかく姫子の故郷に遊びに来たからみんなと一緒に楽しい思い出を作ろうって思ってたのに、結局。
ナノの分まで頑張って幻月遊戯で勝ってみせるからな。
でも本当に危ない時に無理しちゃダメなのはあんたも同じだよ。うちらはいつだってあんたの味方だってこと忘れないでね。そういえば姫子と幼おじちゃんは2人も確認とか事情聴取されてるのかな。幼おじちゃんにメッセージを送ってみない？
姫子とお父さんの間に何があったのか知りたいだって。
あ、それうちも気になるかも。
来たか。列車に乗ってから姫子が父親の話をしているのを聞いたことがなくてな。父親との間に何かあったんじゃないかと気になっていたんだ。あの時姫子のそばにいたんだろう。もし何か知っていれば教えてくれないか。
うちも姫子のお父さんに会ったって聞いた時一瞬って思っちゃったんだけど、考えてみればお父さんがいるって当たり前だよね。みんながみんなうちみたいに氷から出てきたわけじゃないし。
15年前の幻月遊戯は血塗られた遊戯と呼ばれている。 多くの人が大切な人間を亡くした。我が子を失った人も大勢いただろう。被害者の一人に俺の娘もいた。ここに戻った時、娘が眠っているという墓をこの目で見た。娘の名は姫子。それで娘の名を名乗るそちらの女性、君は一体誰なんだ。
15年前、幻月遊戯に参加すると決めた時、父は私のそばにいなかった。私が棺魔と戦って窮地に追い込まれた時も、宇宙のどこかをフラフラしてたわ。私の成長において、父というものの存在感は、物心ついた時から宇宙にある空気みたいに薄いものだった、というのが正直なところかしら。それで、父を名乗るあんたは一体誰？
まったくどうしたんだ、そんなにカッカして。ちょっとした冗談じゃないか。15年も経ってるんだぞ。すっかり大人になった君を見ても一目でわかるわけがないだろう。それであれは一体どういうことだ。君の名前が刻まれた墓は。
明日が来るかどうかもわからない人間が身辺整理を早めに済ませておくのは当然でしょ、龍介さん。
龍介さん、どうしてそんなによそよそしい呼び方を。せめて昔みたいに父さんはダメなのか。待った、こちらはまさか姫子。君の子か。
もう話をややこしくしないでちょうだい。
15年ぶりに娘と再会できたと思ったらおじいちゃんにまでなれるとは。いや待て、この子の父親は誰なんだ。
いい加減にして。この子は私の同僚で後輩で友人、そして請求列車の仲間よ。分かった、父さん。
聞いたか、ついに父さんって呼んでくれたぞ。いやすまないな坊や、危うく姫子の子だと思い込むところだった。時代遅れのジジイだからな。すまん。画家という仕事柄、俺は依頼主の要望に応じて創作をするために、人生の大半はさまざまな聖域を行き来しなければならない。そのせいで一緒にいてやれず、寂しい思いをさせてしまったことも分かっている。
寂しい思いね。母さんの葬式で初めて会ったけど、あの時私はもう6歳よ。それはいいとしても、私が風化の呪いに苛まれてた時、その時もあんたは仕事で忙しかったの？
信じてもらえないかもしれないが、あれからずっと姫子のために努力してきた。自分で作ったこの過去の部屋に長らく閉じ込められていて、最近やっと出てこられたんだ。
私が列車のナビゲーターになったことについても何も知らないのね。
ああ、15年の間列車はここに一度も停車しなかっただろう。それに君から生きているという知らせもなかったからな。そしてあの幻月遊戯で起きたことは、超常現象管理局によって全ての情報が秘されてしまった。 請求列車についての噂ならいろいろ聞いたし、ナビゲーターの名前を見たこともある。だが同盟の別人だろうと思ったんだ。好奇心に駆られて写真を見つけた時でさえ確信を持てなかった。そこに写っている上品な女性が自分の娘で、無事に一人前になって伝説の人物にまでなっているとはどうにもな。列車と連絡を取ることも考えたが、もしそのナビゲーターが単に名前が同じだけの人だったらと思って諦めてしまった。答えを探さなければ娘が生きている確率は5割のままだが、生きていることを否定する証拠が見つかってしまったら娘は本当に死んでしまったことになる。俺はずっとこんな馬鹿げた考えを抱いていたんだ。それで姫子、君は一体どうやって？
あんまりここに長居はしたくないの。もう行くわ、校長先生。列車はこの学校を乗っ取ってた聖越者を倒して15年前のような悲劇が再び起こることを防いだ。あんたも15年前に果たせなかった義務をしっかりと果たすべきよ。学生たちを落ち着かせて、ついでにメディアの質問攻めにどう対処すべきか考えておいてちょうだい。
果たせなかった義務か。まだ許してもらえそうにはないな。坊や、少し話さないか。急にこんなことを聞いてすまないが、姫子は自分の名字について一度も話したことがないのか？そうか。俺が不甲斐ないばっかりにあの子を傷つけてしまったんだな。だが15年前に一体何が。信じられない。風化の呪いを乗り越えるだなんて。伝説の絵師グラフィエがこの星の地表にあるもの全てを絵巻に収めたという話は知っているか？彼女はその偉業を成し遂げるために自分と子孫の命を捧げてある禁忌の取引をしたと言われている。その結果が風化の呪い。グラフィエの血を引く者は大半が30歳を迎える前に命を落とす。青少年の時に手足が花のようにしおれていき、肌が油絵のように乾いてひび割れてしまうのがほとんどだ。姫子も例外ではない。あの子は長年その呪いに苦しめられていた。何か俺のしたことなどもう重要じゃない。薬乞いの風変わりな療法に博識学会のセラピーまで全て試した。それでも風化の呪いを解くことはできなかった。そこに時間を費やしたせいで、俺はあの子が俺を最も必要としていた時にそばにいてやれなかった。俺は所詮無能な父親でしかなかったんだ。俺はしがない婿入りだからな。グラフィエの血を受け継いでいるわけではないんだ。ああ、その通りだな。俺がバカだった。あの子がどうやって乗り越えたかではなく、俺の娘が帰ってきたこと。今一番大事なのはそこだ。それで十分さ。 坊や、ぶしつけな頼みだが娘の職場を見学させてもらえないだろうか。これまで娘には十分な愛情を注いでやれなかった。できれば埋め合わせをしたい。娘のことをもっと知りたいんだ。
それは確かに印象的な親子の再会だな。つい故郷でのことを思い出してしまう。
なんか分かったような顔してるけど、印象的ってどの辺が？
俺の両親も仕事で忙しい人で、親子の時間はほとんどなかったんだ。子供だった俺はそれがどうしても不満でな。だが自分が父親になって初めて、そばにいたくてもいてあげられないという気持ちを理解できるようになった。
そういうものなんだ。あ、それで竜介さんに列車を案内するって約束したの？そうだよね、姫子のお父さんだもん。それで竜介さんは？
どうやら皆さんを待たせてしまったようだな。申し訳ない。娘がいつも世話になっている。
こちらこそ姫子にはいつも助けられてばかりだ。
それでは案内を頼めるかな。これが西急列車か。その噂にたがわぬ風格。俺が想像していたよりも立派だな。さすがは俺の娘の職場。そういえばナビゲーターはどれくらいもらえる仕事なんだ？社会保険やボーナスは？
これも親心ってやつ？いきなり収入とか福利厚生なんて聞かれても、そんな難しいことわかんないんだけど。嘘言わないの？下車するときはいつもちゃんとお小遣いもらってるじゃん。
何？収入がない？まさか西急列車の仕事はボランティアなのか？
そう言われればそうかも。でも、うちってば説明がほんと下手。とにかく実際の状況はイメージよりもずっとまともだと思うから安心して。
安心してくれ竜介さん。列車乗員の活動資金は潤沢にある。天才クラブのメンバーや宴の星のような商業が発展した世界からも支援を受けているからな。
そうか、君がそう言うなら安心だな。ところでナビゲーターは普段どんなことをしているんだ？
姫子の仕事？日常的にやってるのは航路の策定、条約の調整に技術メンテナンス、あとたまに七死人への指示出しもしてるね。
俺の娘はすごいだろう？
開拓の旅から無事に帰ってこられるのも姫子の指揮とフォローがあってこそ。姫子はこの列車の大黒柱だよ。あんたってばすぐ上げ足取るんだから。姫子は列車の大黒柱で、我らが車掌さんは一番可愛くて一番の働き者。そうでしょパム？
新しい乗客か？なんだか見覚えがあるような。おお、通りでどこか懐かしい雰囲気をしているわけじゃ。よろしくな。
車掌ということは娘の上司だな。いつも娘が世話になっている。
上司？列車とみんなの面倒を見てくれておるのは姫子じゃ。 じゃからそんなかしこまった挨拶はいらんぞ。
ちょっとあんたたちどうして列車に乗せたの？
俺が頼み込んだんだ。普段姫子がどんな仕事をしているのか気になって無理を言って連れてきてもらった。君の同僚は悪くない。どうか怒らないでくれ。
怒る？怒るわけないでしょ。竜介さん、請求列車へようこそ。他に何かご覧になりたいところはありますか？ご案内しますよ。
不甲斐ない父親と距離を置きたがっていることは分かっている。勝手に君のテリトリーに足を踏み入れてすまない。だが俺たち親子はもう長い間会えずにいた。父として俺は君のことをもっと知りたい。そして叶うならすれ違ってきた過去の時間を取り戻したいだけなんだ。せめて君がここにいる間だけでも今まで父としてしてやれなかったことの埋め合わせをさせてほしい。ダメだろうか。
二人ともパーティー車両に行ってみるのはどうじゃ？シャラップ、飲み物の準備をしておいてくれ。
シャラップ。わかった。茶を入れてこよう。
シャラップは家庭用ロボットの名前よ。行きましょう、父さん。ここでみんなの休憩を邪魔するのも悪いわ。それとあんたも来てちょうだい。個人的な話だけじゃなくて幻月遊戯のことも話したいの。
言っちゃった。姫子のあんな冷たい喋り方、うち初めて聞いたよ。
When it comes to breaking the icy silence between a father and daughter, nothing's better than a cup of hot water. The person who drinks it will yelp, "Hot!" and be immediately met with a concerned, "How could you be so careless?" from the other party. And just like that, the conversation starts flowing. Friendly reminder, that is not a joke, but a practical ice-breaking tip.
Your robot is hilarious. I'm surprised how relaxing and comfy the work environment is here.
Got it. I'll make myself scarce.
Being a nameless is neither relaxing nor comfy. Most of the time, we are facing down Void Rangers from the Antimatter Legion, bugs left by the Swarm disaster, Borisin, and various organizations that are suspicious of the Express or have malicious intentions for us.
That dangerous? Huh. Maybe this trip home is a great chance to quit your job, huh? Talk about coincidence. Just so happens I'm getting on in years. And Graphia Academy is in need of a new dean.
You know that's not what I meant. Once I've set my mind on something, I never look back. Ever since I was 6, when you told me those stories about traveling through the cosmos, I knew that someday I would walk among the stars.
Actually, I was just kidding. I'm not completely clueless about what the Express and what you do. Oh, right. Once I knew the Express was coming, I even bought that comic series that's based on your adventures.
Please don't tell me it's fluffy across the blue. I never thought you'd be into comics.
That's right. The protagonist is a baseball bat-wielding raccoon. The character's based on that kid, right?
As an artist, you do have a good eye. Come over here. Thanks for giving us some time alone.
Himeko. That's the first time I've seen you smile since I've seen you this time. So, what brought you back home this time? What's the story behind our lucky meeting?
Like I said before, we're here for the Phantasmoon Games.
So, the Phantasmoon Games 15 years ago were the reason you were able to overcome the Weathering Curse?
Indeed.
I see. That makes sense. For those of us who haven't experienced the Ionic game firsthand, it's just something from the history books, or even akin to a myth.
But I never imagined that the Ionic game would turn into a blood sacrifice overnight. The Herald of Death was a heartless madman. If I hadn't defeated him then, all of Duomension City would have become his slaughterhouse. During the first few years of my journey, I relived that evening every single night in my dreams. The color of that twilight, painted with blood. So much blood. Blended with terror and screams. The victims were twisted like clay into grotesque shapes, like paint tubes that had been snapped, one after the other. And that man, he reveled in the colors splattered everywhere and wanted the whole world to be his canvas. Even if I could avenge his victims, in the end, it won't bring them back to life. The entire thing is like a heavy piece of baggage. Only by letting it go can I travel the road ahead more easily.
You did your best, and I'm glad to see you made it back here safe and sound.
I thought I'd never come back. But the times have changed. The conditions to hold the Phantasmoon Games have been met again. However, to hold 2 games in just 15 years? That in itself is far from normal. Just like 15 years ago, the IPC wants to control everything. However, a game woven by the most fickle of eons is destined to slip through everyone's grasp. I received a report from the Department of Aberration Defense. I'm sure he must also have heard. There's been a brutal incident in Dovebrook District. Someone massacred everyone at the headquarters of the Sinwish Syndicate, leaving a signature that only the Herald of Death would use. The Bloody Bloom.
What? The Herald of Death is still alive?
People at the Department of Aberration Defense told me that the Herald of Death was executed after his verdict was passed. Even were he to be resurrected, the rules dictate that the same person cannot become a supplicant twice.
Are you saying we've got a copycat?
That's right. The Herald of Death has a copycat. But what I find even more worrying is that this Phantasmoon Games has caught the attention of something even more terrifying than the Herald of Death. I believe that whether or not this Herald of Death copycat has a connection to the Phantasmoon Games, defeating him presents an excellent opportunity for you to demonstrate the resolve of the Nameless to the whole of Plain Arcadia. Exactly. As for you, Dad, have any clients commissioned you lately? It'd be best if you left this world for a while.
May I take that as my daughter showing concern for her dad?
You can take it as a safety advisory from the Astral Express. Also, as he has already become a supplicant and joined the Phantasmoon Games, he will have my full support. I'd like him to temporarily keep the Mask of Elation that has been passed down through our family.
Too late for me to raise any objections at this point, right? Sounds good. The mask stays with the kid.
Thank you. Would you like another drink?
Got it. Next, it's time to show me the way out, isn't it? I've definitely overstayed my welcome. For most of my life, I couldn't be there for my daughter. And now that I finally have the chance, she wants me to leave. In that case, I'll be on my way. Himeko. The Graphia family has a number of records about the Phantasmoon Games, passed down through the generations. Come over to the school library later. I'll give them to you.
I'll be there, Dad. I apologize. My father's little tour seems to have made things awkward for everyone on the Express. Let's head to the parlor car and check in on Welt and March. Now that my father's gone, we can all relax a bit.
Has Mr. Ryosuke left?
Yes. I told him to head home for now. After all, what is going on with the Phantasmoon Games has nothing to do with him. I'm really sorry, everyone, for bringing my personal family matters onto the Express.
Not at all. Mr. Ryosuke is your family. And that makes him part of our family too. And the most important thing for family is to be together. So he's welcome to drop by anytime.
Madame Pearl sent a message to the Express just now, inviting our supplicant to a meeting. She'll have a private car waiting for us. Yes. The meeting won't be held in some stuffy, formal reception room. She would like us to visit and tour the headquarters of a company under her name instead. Himeko, you know about Pearlux Corp, right?
Of course. It's the biggest entertainment conglomerate in Plain Arcadia.
Entertainment company?
That's right. Pearlux Corp is a titan, dominating the entertainment consumer market, including cartoons, comics, games, toys, and the like. They've cornered half the market.
Oh, so that's where the Pearl in Pearlux comes from. It's a play on her name.
Did Pearl mention what she wanted to talk about?
She didn't say much, but she specifically mentioned wanting to discuss the developments regarding the Phantasmoon Games. and that she could provide us with a bit of help.
Helping her opponents in the Eonic game? Oh, looks like she realizes we are all in the same boat. Perhaps she has also realized that the Phantasmoon games cannot be artificially manipulated.
We may be able to get a clearer picture of Pearl's intentions after we meet with her.
Think about it. You've already crossed paths with key figures from numerous factions, and even built rapport with some. You're already a capable Nameless who can more than hold your own. Though she holds a high administrative position on this planet, do not forget, she is also one of the 10 Stonehearts. You've already dealt with Aventurine on numerous occasions, so you should have ample experience handling members of the 10 Stonehearts.
Hey, don't worry. If things do get messy, yours truly is here to save the day.
Looks like March wants to visit too.
I'm just trying to look out for him here. Even if things do go sideways, Pearl wouldn't dare get mad at an adorable young lady like me, right?
Well then, I'll leave this meeting to you two.
Aren't you coming with us, Himeko?
I'd like to talk with my father. Didn't he say he would hand over the records about the Phantasmoon games from our family history to me? And honestly, isn't this a good chance for you youngsters to handle things independently?
I understand. In that case, March, and I'll be heading out now.
Oh, score! A private car! So, where are we getting picked up?
You should be familiar with it. It's just under the giant gate next to the AT Plaza.
Isn't that where we first met Sparksy? Since we're getting chauffeured there, why not just come straight to us? Perfect! I've been wanting to stop by the comic store to grab a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue. Look! There's a convenience store! Mind if I grab a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue while we're waiting?
Is that the comic based on the Express's adventures? The author sure knows how to tap into what's trending.
The best part is that the author drew all of us as adorable little animals! Totally fits our personas, don't you think? Right back at ya, baseball raccoon.
In fact, it was recently announced that the Fluffy is getting an animated adaptation, and the copyright for it is currently held by Pearlux Corp.
It's a super memorable comic! No way can I miss getting a copy while I'm here. I promise I won't be long. A couple of minutes, tops.
Looks like we got here on the early side. Since coming to this world, I still haven't had a chance to get a street-level view of the city. How about this? We'll meet up under the at the plaza gate in a few minutes.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
Might as well take a look around then.
Absolutely insane! Did you see the post I shared?
Hello there. Would you like to learn more? Is the weight of work and stress in your life crushing you? Check out the Research Society of Happy Smiles.
So, this free?
Rest assured, the only thing joining our Research Society will cost you is a bit of your precious time. we've set up a venue near Dovebrook, where we offer free psychological counseling and living assistance to all visitors. All our services are provided free of charge.
I had a friend who passed away, and he'd mentioned you before. He told me that if I ever ran into trouble, the kind people at the Research Society would help me.
Your friend passed away? How terribly sad! But the words he left you have illuminated your path in life.
He told me that if I joined the Research Society of Happy Smiles, I could get rid of my suffering forever and be eternally happy. Is that true?
Of course it's true. Just look at the society we live in. Everyone's suspicious and dismissive of one another, and willing to take dangerous risks just for a little pleasure, for a thrill. Did you hear about how a streamer took over Graphia Academy and was trying to spread a memetic virus through the internet? And over in Dovebrook, gang violence erupted and left a pile of corpses in its wake. Oh, may the Master of Elation save us all. The Research Society was founded with the sole purpose of healing humanity's incurable inner pain. Following Aha's creed, we aim to spread laughter across the mortal coil and eliminate all suffering. Exactly what it says. As an eraser wipes away the doodles of a pencil, so too shall the pain be wiped away. Have either of you heard about the tragedy of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago? Why, of course you have. You're the Astral Express's superstar. You've even dug up everything there is to know about something that happened over a decade ago. There was an awful accident during the last Phantom Moon Games, and many people lost their loved ones and children. It was as if a hole that could never be filled had been drilled into their hearts, leaving only sorrow to accompany them for the rest of their lives. To escape their suffering, these people who had lost their loved ones gathered together and established a mutual support association. This was the Research Society of Happy Smiles' predecessor. It's now been well over a decade, and the Research Society continues to help more and more people emerge from the darkness in their lives and step into a brighter, happier future. Come to think of it, it would be most wonderful if a distinguished person like yourself were also interested in our Research Society. Should you find yourself with a moment to spare, please come and visit our Mutual Aid Society.
Well, if it isn't the Astral Express's superstar. Of course it's you. Looks like we really were bound to run into each other. I'm here to do my job. Problem is, you've gone and messed up my investigation. Here I was, pretending to be a broke passerby to infiltrate this shady research society. You should have ignored me, but no, you acted like some approachable celebrity waltzing into a supermarket, hijacking my conversation with their recruiter. Now, with a star like you here, I can't even test the waters anymore. You must have heard about the Sinwish Syndicate killings in Dovebrook, right? The lead I'm following might be connected to this Research Society of Happy Smiles. But I'll stop there. Not like you're going to pay for my intel, and none of this is any of your business anyway. Based on your social circle, you wouldn't be talking about the poor IPC sap who was unlucky enough to be there, huh? Planning to avenge him? Sharp eyes, kid. Anyone who messes with someone like you is in for a nasty surprise.
Be careful. The murderer is the Herald of Death. He's dangerous.
Oh, thanks for your concern.
Oh, be careful. Been a hot minute since anyone said that to me. Even so, it's my duty to solve the case. Doesn't matter if nobody pays me. I'll still find the killer and exact justice on the spot. Because one of the victims happened to be someone I was on fairly good terms with. The fool. Revenge killings or turf wars. Wouldn't be unusual for gang members to die like that, but dying at the hands of some psycho who kills for kicks? That I can't accept. No matter where you are in the cosmos, which era, regardless of how civilization evolves, some rules will just never change. Like an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Hey, guess which lucky girl just managed to snag the last copy in the whole store? Oh, who's this?
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Ashvale, the famous detective. You could say your friend and I are acquainted through past clashes. Huh. We did have a bit of a clash of opinions back at the tavern, did we not?
That's what you meant by clash? Fair enough.
First time I've ever heard anyone introduce themselves as a famous detective. Mr. Ashvale? Why are you staring at me? Is there something weird on my face?
Young lady, you're holding a copy of Fluffy Across the Blue, right? Would you mind giving it to me?
Well, give it to you! This was the last copy in the store, you know.
Oh, I see. Of course. I'm not asking you to give it away for free. I'll pay for it. The retail price is 300 credits. I can pay you 10 times sticker price. 3,000 credits. What do you say?
Hey, mister, this isn't about the money.
Because it was the last one on the shelves. True. The last item in stock is like the final slice of cake on the plate. The last prey animal on the plains never fails to stir our urge to seize it before anyone else. So, 30,000 credits. How about that? That's my final offer. I'm not exactly rolling in money here. Truth is, I'm actually buying it for that foolish friend of mine. The one who died. Today is his farewell ceremony. I thought I'd buy him his favorite comic to pay my respects. He'd always be rambling on about some raccoon with a baseball bat, and how the journey of the Express would never end, that kind of stuff. I heard those stories so many times, it felt like my ears were gonna fall off. But, after all that fuss, I completely missed the chance to buy it. Every store around here is sold out.
That's enough. My poor little heart can't handle sob stories like that. Here, Mr. Ashvale, take the comic.
Oh, thank you very much for the comic, young lady. Here's the 30,000 credits, as promised. Oh, I heard you're the real-life inspirations for the characters. Since you're here, could I perhaps trouble you to sign it?
Unbelievable. Aww.
Thank you both. If Kostat could see this from where he is now, I'm sure he'd be smiling down on us. As a token of my gratitude, I'd like to give you a friendly word of caution, kid. I know you plan to target the Herald of Death and cement your heroic image. However, all eyes will be on you during the Phantom Moon Games. On such a public stage, discretion would be wise. Because when the masses see your magnificent miracles and wield your extraordinary power, fear and jealousy could turn their wish power into wish you ill power at the drop of a hat. Forgive the expression, but you get what I mean. So, whatever plans you might have for this Herald of Death, why not leave the whole messy affair of revenge to someone who couldn't care less about winning or losing? Like me. Just like this comic, I'm dead set on getting him.
Is he an acquaintance of yours?
He's just some weird detective who was passing by.
It's nearly time for Pearlux Corp to pick us up. We should get going.